students, good morning all. Once more all are welcome to Business Management New Classroom. Today we are going to discuss a special term, that is management as a science and also an art. Then explain the term management as a science and as an art. Then how can we write the answer? Management as a science and management as an art. Then management use of logic. Certain managers use a certain logic. Then implement or target certain objective. That means objectivity and cause and effect. These three terms largely utilized in science. That means science utilized the major topic or items like logic, objectivity and cause and effect. Management as a science, because in management there is availability of systematic and organized study material. Once more, there is availability of systematic and organized study material. Then to comparing with science. Then management principles are based on the repeated experiments. Managers test and experiment managerial principles under different conditions in different organizations. Then in the case of science, certain principles based on the laboratory experiments. Then certain restrictions allowed by the science authority based upon the laboratory experiment. Then same way, management principles created by certain experts based on their experiments. Then managers test and experiment managerial principles under different conditions. That means the competition levels or the price fixation conditions, then marketing different strategies, then government policies, then different conditions or the different level of action to be considered, then to determine the different policies. Then second part, management as an art. Then why did you call management as an art? The use of theoretical knowledge in personal way. In the case of an art, the art utilized on theoretical knowledge in personal way. And also regular practice and creativity indicate an art. The proficiency in art, the regular practice and the creativity, then any form of art, then a person or a team or a group of persons to create the maximum creativity and also the regular practice, then at all to enter on a good level of art positions. So in case of management, they apply regular practice and creativity for the formation of policies and the implementation in an organization at a different conditions. The process of management involves the use of know-how and skills. In the case of management, what are the process of management? Planning, organizing, directing, coordinating and controlling. These are the major process or functions of management. Then in the case of process or in the case of functions, it involves the use of know-how and skills. Then in the case of a planning stage, the manager should take care of know-how, and also to utilize the manager's skills for the formation of policies or the controlling of employees. Their own skills and ability, taste, habit, it will be different from manager to manager and also changed from organization to organizations. Then the process of management is directed towards the accomplishment of concrete research. Then the management is decision making process. Management is objectivity. So the management is directed towards the accomplishment of concrete research. Clear? Then management is personalized in the sense that every manager has own approach to problems. That means the manager capabilities or manager skills, manager knowledge, then manager theoretical approaches, then face the situation is different from manager to manager and also organization to organizations. So these are the factors considered management as a science and also an art. Is it clear? Then let's go a similar topic, that is management as a profession. Then why did you call management as a profession? The basic feature of management as a profession are. Then what are the basic features of management as a profession? Number one, well-defined body of knowledge. Well-defined body of knowledge. Management has well-defined body of knowledge as in profession. Management has well-defined body of knowledge as in profession. Then second one, a restrict entry. Entry will be restricted. That means management has restricted entry through an examination or degree as in profession. For entering the management level, he or she should pass any degree or competitive examination. So entry will be restricted. The third one, presence of professional associations. Presence of professional associations. All profession has some associations affiliated to it, and even management has association affiliated to it. Then fourth one, existing of ethical code. It has some ethical code. Then good behavior or good actions. Then in case of management, for every profession there are some set of ethical codes fixed by the profession association. In the case of medical, then in the case of laws, then in the case of teaching, in the case of an accountant and auditor, then same as in the case of management. Management also some ethical codes fixed by the concerned professional association. The same as a medical, then laws, then teaching, accountant, then anyway. Then fifth one, service motive. Fifth content, service motive. Management has some service motive as in a profession. Management has some service motive as in a profession. These are the major features management treated as a profession. That means a profession requires the following features or characteristics. That is well-defined body of language, then a restrict entry, then presence of professional association, then existing of ethical code and service motive. Is it clear? Okay, next topic, what are the importance of management? What are the importance of management? Number one, helps to achieve goals and objectives. By the implementation of good management system in an organization, they helps to achieve goals and objectives. Because management is objectivity and management is determine or target their goals. So they helps to achieve goals and objectives. Clear? Second one, provides a sense of focus and direction. That means by the implementation of management, they will get good supervision and good command system. Then provides a sense of focus and directions. Third one, for optimum utilization of resources. Then what are the major resources? Man, material and money. So by the implementation of management, they can utilize the optimum utilization of available resources. Then fourth one, to maintain responsibility and order. To maintain responsibility and order. That means to determine the responsibility of all level of management members and also to give certain orders. Give and orders and receive the orders from superior authorities, and also to implementation of overall work or an achievement of an organization goals. Clear? Then fifth one, to get the most qualified personnel for the job. By implementation of good staffing system, then recruitment of skilled or experienced or semi-skilled laborers. So to get the most qualified professional personnel for the job. Then to reduce the workload and get things done. That means by the appointment of number of persons, then to reduce the workload of a single persons. That means division of labor or division of work among the employees. Then seventh one, on the basis of direction, helps to facilitate good communication system. Helps to facilitate good communication system. That means communication hierarchy level, top level to lower level and lower level to top level management. That means middle level management in connection between top level and lower level. Then helps to facilitate good communication by the implementation of efficient management. Then helps to initiate action and keep the organization moving. Helps to initiate action and keep the organization moving. That means action implemented by taking the decisions. That means command passes from one person to another or one person to a group of persons. Then group of persons result will be handed over by that group to their superior or the leaders. Then on the basis of controlling, the ninth one, to monitor progress and chart a way of forward. The monitor progress and chart a way forward. That means the result of the work or their accomplishment of their jobs or their task, then to explain within the help of a chart and to communicate then appropriate officials. Then 10th one, to hold individuals accountable. That means to consider all persons as a single unit. That means controlling process will be over by the utilization of good management system. That means for the completion or for the achievement of management process or management functions. Is it clear? Thank you all.